From the Empire State to the Golden Gates, this is Quad Radio USA.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with all the dirt from the world of ATV motocross and GNCC racing, here's Mr. 10 Seconds, Rodney Tomlin.
Hey folks, as we continue our tour here on Quad Radio of the Big Buck GNCC, we catch up with one of our 4x4 top guns out here, Bryan Buckhannon. We say welcome to the Big Buck GNCC, man, and should be firing on all cylinders this week, getting ready to gun for another win, it looks like.
Oh yeah, we're ready to go. We had a couple little problems there in the last race, but we are fired up and got a fresh motor for this race and some fresh tires, GBCs, and ready to go do this.
Wow, man, it sounds like you are fired up. Now let's talk a little bit about this 4x4 class. You know, if you look at the numbers, you say, okay, there's not a gazillion people that are signing up to race these utility type quads and these 4x4s. But the one thing that you can say, the guys that are lining up are probably the best in the world out there on these types of machines.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why the tennis have been down this year in our particular class. A lot of the other classes are strong, but you know, we welcome everybody to come out and give it a shot. And yeah, it's just all about bike setup and prepping. We got a lot of time and effort into our season, and just years of experience just pressing on. And we welcome all the riders to come on out and give it a shot.
No doubt. And the one thing that people, I think, that might scare a lot of people away is that they say, well, these guys, you know, they got factory support. They got, you know, this, that, and the other. What they don't realize is that, yeah, you guys might have a little bit of support, but this particular class, this particular sport is a sport and a class that generally anybody can come out and perform and do well in, and it really doesn't matter what kind of machine. I mean, it helps. Obviously, you need a good machine, one that's going to stay together, one that's going to run fast and get you to the places, but I mean, if you've got that, I mean, why not bring it out and race it, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And, you know, in the past, yeah, some of the utilities, we had to do a little extra work to reinforce the frame, and but the new 2012 Can-Ams, you can just get them literally out of the showroom, come and, you know, sign up, put a kill switch on it, of course, just make sure your safety stuff's ready. But honestly, it does not take that much. Our bikes are not that highly modified, even though we run the open class. Just preparation with good tires and wheels, of course, and, you know, we got a good LTE exhaust in there. But other than that, you know, stock motor's what we run.
Is that right? You know, I'm sure that's probably what a lot of people are thinking. Well, you know, they've got this, they've got that, but you guys basically can take the same thing. I mean, anybody can get the same thing that you've got and have a machine that is comparable and, well, identical to yours if they put the same products.
Exactly. My particular machine, we, you know, like I say, in years past, it's been a little different, but now I run the shocks that come with it out of the showroom. We set it up, you know, just for the valving for my weight and my riding style, but that's just fine-tuning what I already have. But literally, I could take a machine off the showroom and come out and race it and be highly competitive.
And speaking of highly competitive, the thing that has amazed me is how competitive the 4x4 classes are for the overall. I mean, it used to be whenever it was a muddy race, we kind of expected the 4x4s to maybe outshine the sport quads, but nowadays it doesn't have to be a muddy race. I mean, you guys are contending for overall podiums in no matter what conditions.
Yeah, that's the great thing about it. You know, it's I agree. It used to be you'd see the rain and everybody be like, oh, well, y'all are looking forward to this race, and you know, we don't always like running in the mud either. You know, but the funny thing is, down in say Florida, you know, it's nothing but sand out there, and sand whoops to beat it all. And you never expect us to do as good as we did there, but coming out with the overall in Florida, you know, that just goes to show how competitive these 4x4s are, and that we don't actually have to have a muddy track to compete with some of the 450s. And you know, really, some of the only really part that separates is going downhill. We can't quite go downhill as quick as the 450s due to our weight, but going up or you know, on flat ground, you know, we're really gaining a lot of ground on them.
I know, and I've heard you guys even talk with some of the top sport quad riders out there, and you know, they're even beginning to scratch their head and say, wow, man, you know, those guys have got it going on, and that's good, man. I mean, that shows the heart of this sport. I mean, where it's coming from. I mean, the everyman. That's what the GNCC is about, man. I mean, take you for example. I mean, and not trying to downplay anything, but I mean, you were just a guy that liked to ride your utility ATV at one time, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. My first race, you know, I showed up with a winch and racks and everything else on there, and it was an old Honda, and you know, I was able to be competitive on it, but wasn't quite capable of getting a win. So of course I always, you know, fine-tuning and modifying, and eventually I gave up and went to Can-Am, and I've never looked back since then. And really, it just goes to show, you know, all these sponsors and the people that put the support out here that show up at these races. If you use their products, you're probably on a good thing, because they wouldn't be here if they didn't have a good product.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I've raced a utility class. I raced it, it's probably been 5 years ago out the Ironman GNCC, and maybe a little longer than that, but regardless of when it was, what I can tell people is, whether you're going out there or not, whether you're going to be able to win or not, you know, I don't think that's what the whole experience is about, because for me, I knew going into that, you know, I had in the back of my mind, hey, I want to go out and I want to do well, and I hope that, you know, I can surprise myself and everybody else out there. But the reality of it is, to me, it wasn't so much about the racing, but just being out there able to compete and to be able to see how it all unfolds during the race. It's amazing. I mean, it's a whole different perspective, one that you're never going to get unless you actually do it.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. You know, it's nothing better than just to get on a bike, and even though you may not be in the best of shape or the best gear out there, as long as you got the safety stuff, that's all it takes, and come out and just give it a shot. And you know, just one of those things, you never give up till the checker flag flies, because there's always possible mechanical failures, or the people in front of you run into a bottleneck, and bam, you're right back in the race at the end of it. So always keep your head up and drive hard.
One last question I got for you before I'm going to let you go about this utility type ATV racing. Now, tell me, what got you interested? How did you know about GNCC, and whatever possessed you to say, oh, I'm going to go try one of those?
Well, I raced motocross for years, and always just interested in the track. And finally, one of my friends, Ryan Cook, back in Beckley, he actually got me interested in the GNCC, and I kept looking at dirt wheels and all these magazines, and kept seeing all the coverage that the GNCC got, and I'm a little jealous, because I felt like motocross needed to have a little bit more coverage back then. But you know, I just kind of had a utility four-wheeler and put an air filter and exhaust on it, and Mike Billin was racing the limited class back then, and like, well, you know, he's doing it, and I wanted to go out and see how I compared against him. And you know, Mike's a great guy, and he's always been there for everybody, and really, that's one of the reasons why I see Mike out there doing it. I said, you know what, I owe it to myself, give it a shot, go out and see what it's like.
He is the icon of that type of racing. There's no doubt. He paved a way for a lot of people, and honestly, I think he paved a way and an idea and a reason for Can-Am to even make the machine that they make right now. I think this right here is one thing that not only helped elevate the product itself, but probably gave them the idea and the want to even do what they're doing.
Oh, I totally agree. Mike's, like I said, he's a great guy and been doing it for a long time. We were all in sport quads. I never dreamed that I'd be on a utility, but I tell you what, you know, if you got any kind of you know, sore backs, or you know, just aching, just growing like me, I'm getting a little age on me now, and I tell you what, you get on one of these big utilities, and it soaks the you know, rocks and the roots up, and a lot of people are much faster on a 4x4 than what they are on their 450s. They just had to put the 450 down for a race and give these utilities a shot.
No doubt, and I'll tell you what, I love my Can-Am Outlander. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, I'm going to buy an ATV, what should I buy? And I didn't even get it out of my mouth. They said, what do you think about the Can-Am Outlander? And I said, you took the words right out of my mouth. So, I mean, that's obviously an awesome machine. And I'm not just saying that because they're the sponsor of the GNCC series either. I'm saying that because, hands down, that is one of the greatest machines I've ever had. And I know that you as well, and probably some of the best times you've ever had on an ATV come from Can-Am. So we owe them a great big thanks, I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Can-Am's always number one in my book. And just to show all the employees here working and the track workers, they're pulling 2 and 3 ATVs UTVs out at a time with one single Can-Am, and even the UTVs. I never dreamed that I'd get pulled out my UTV with one of these Can-Ams. I just jack it up and roll with it. It's incredible the abuse they take work-wise, and then on the other side, you can just turn around and rip it and just wide open and have a blast. But I really appreciate all the support Can-Am's done for the sport in general, besides the utility classes. As a major sponsor for this series, I can't thank them enough for keeping everything up on the upside and rolling with us, letting us race.
No doubt, and we thank you, man, because without you, we wouldn't have such great racing that we've had. You've been a big part of it. You and Michael Swift and just a number of guys, man. I mean, the list is just too long to name them all off right now. But I mean, it's been great watching you guys, and good luck to you this weekend. And it sounds like you're going to be racing UTVs too, right?
Oh yeah, we'll be up for a doubleheader this weekend. I can't wait. And again, I appreciate all the support. And yeah, we'll go out and do the four-wheeler, and it's always good, to look forward to the UTV. I'm still getting my feet a little wet on it, but if I just quit making a few mistakes there, I'll be right there at the top of them. Just I need a little bit more time.
All righty, sounds good. That's Bryan Buckhannon. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Quad Radio.